say to you, my man, as your reverend, I want you to keep on keeping on. Victory is in sight. It may be so high you can't get over it. It's so wide you can't go around it. It's so deep you can't go under. You got to go in the gate. I'm gonna tell you, in conclusion, he who sits on the red hot stove shall surely rise.
Thank you for taking the time to listen, to enjoy this podcast. Like always, I appreciate the love and respect that comes with just bringing this out there to the people. Please, like I've said on previous shows, Poems of Struggle, please send that out. Most definitely, any of our brothers that are incarcerated, I'm going to be sending some documents out so they can have their mindsets or they're just something to pass on to the youth and something positive going to be sent out there. So I hope they're able to send those letters to me and then we're able to give that out to the people. As far as brand support, my brother Fig Side, most definitely he's one of our biggest supporters. Please support my brother out there in Los Angeles in the Figueroa area. Figside.com. Figside.com. Clothing, hats, cups. The brother's doing pretty much everything. Give him a shot. Much love, much respect from one brother to another. Without anything less, I'm going to go directly into our guest. This brother's been doing it for such a beneficial time period right now. To have what this brother's been doing with all his different platforms is amazing. And it's insight to me to keep going and a lot of brothers that's in my same predicament for us to keep going independently. Doggie Diamonds, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me. Thank you to everybody that's out there listening, that's been supporting, for the people that might support after the phone call. I thank y'all for having me.
Not a problem, my brother. Not a problem. I know that's much blessings. But please, just for the people that are just listening, can you give them some background history about you, my brother?
Long story short, I have a long history, but I'll try to make it short. My name is Doggie Diamonds. I started Ford DVD in 2008. FordDVD.com. I come from doing the come up DVD. So for some people who saw like a lot of Nicki Minaj interviews, a lot of Nicki Minaj film work, that was me back in 2007, 2006. The infamous Max B interview, that was me doing that. Countless interviews. When I started Ford DVD in 2008, I started it along with my partner M. Red. And it wasn't people doing interviews, podcasts were, I think they might have low key existed. I'm not really sure. But I know now they're a phenomenon now, which is cool, which is a new way for people to express themselves. But back when I started doing like interviews, there were no internet interviews like that. There was a few internet interviews, but mostly they were print. There was no video interviews. And I started doing that in like 2008. I was like the only one out there. At one point, I could just say like Shazoo interview, and you automatically knew it was me because there was nobody else doing it. YouTube wasn't paying anything. YouTube has always been big, but YouTube wasn't paying. You had to at least get like 100,000 views for YouTube to, start offering you some money. So we would just put it like through third-party sites. We would put it on MySpace. The videos, MySpace was big. We would put it on all other platforms besides YouTube, because YouTube wasn't paying anything, and YouTube wasn't it wasn't like a proprietary app the way it is now. Now your phone, you can buy, when you buy your phone, your smartphones or whatever, YouTube is in your phone. At one point, people had to go to YouTube, and they didn't have an app at the time. So I was doing countless interviews. I interviewed everybody in hip hop. I interviewed so many people I know who I didn't interview, and this was years ago. So a lot of interviews that you see now with people, I like to interview a lot of underdogs. I like to interview a lot of unsung heroes in hip hop and hip hop culture and black people in general. So I really, at this particular time, I'm not really going for the hot person to interview them. So a lot of people who see my interviews now, I think, being that I just got on camera within the last year as Doggie Diamonds or Doggie Diamonds TV, a lot of people feel like I'm new,
Hmm.
but I've been around for 8, 9 years doing interviews. I'm talking about state to state, borough to borough, all in one day. I remember I covered all 5 boroughs of New York City in one day, and
Wow.
Yonkers in one day, getting interviews, like 11, 12 interviews in a day,
Wow.
and going home editing it. At one point, you was using a mini DV camera,
Hmm.
so you had to log the footage. Now you can put it on, compact flash or micro SD, and you can transfer it, like that. But at one point, you had to log it from your camera onto the program. So I've been
Wow.
a while, a little minute. Around a little minute.
You're right. You're right. And that's why I said that's the most beneficial thing because we need to know the grind. And that's what's the bad thing about it is I try to express that to a lot of the youth that it's nothing instantaneous. Even though the society we live in right now currently everything is pretty much fast and everything you can have in an instant. But as far as just longevity and just status and what you really putting down, that takes time, that takes effort, that takes cultivating, that takes growth. And that's my biggest pet peeve with the current state of hip hop right now, my brother. We say this in a lot of previous shows, and I've always asked guests about how do they feel about the current state. But at the end of the day, I always bring this up is that there was a source. When you looked at the back of the source and there was unsigned hype and dudes was trying to come up out the game, you saw that man's progression from being the dude that just was on the back of the magazine to now he's has that one little local hit. Now he has a major hit. Now they're behind him. Now he has a collection of albums that he can live off. His family can thrive off. Things of that nature. In my opinion, you're not seeing that currently, brother. They get the one hit and we moving on. The ones that are there in those slots are going to keep on vulturing from the people that are inventive so they can stay in the throne and stay in the space that they're in. But they're never going to cultivate the people around them to be where they at. But how do you feel about that, Doggy?
I mean, it is very difficult because I'm somebody who did all this shit, honestly, and I never got a cosign. Like I've done
Mm,
stuff for artists who are major artists right now. They act like they don't even know me. You know
wow.
why? I don't know. But I don't do anything for kudos. I just do it. I do it because I'm a fan of hip hop. I'm a fan of certain artists. Now at the point I'm at right now, I'm like, fuck everybody and shit, but not fuck everybody in the sense of I feel like to help up and coming artists and artists who are appreciative. But it is people have to understand like everything that I accomplished without any financial backing, no sponsorship, no walkthroughs, and if I run down the line of everybody who I'm so called competing with or who people put me in the box with that I should be competing with, they got major corporations behind them. They might have hundreds of thousands of dollars pumped into marketing and promotion alone.
Thank
I'm
you.
doing this $3.99 and I'm getting the same results
Thank
which
you.
I don't have any of those things. Not saying I wouldn't take it if I could get it, but I've never been offered some of those situations, and I believe it's because my content is not in a box. Like I cover topics that people are afraid to cover, like child pedophilia, homosexuality, a lot of race, Pan Africanism, and a lot
Absolutely.
of pro black stuff. These other dudes are under corporate entities, so they can't cover certain things, or they'll lose their sponsorship. But I'm solely independent, so it's been rough. It's been tough. It's some days that I say, "Yo, man, I'm doing all of this for nothing, man."
Thank you.
Like, but I feel good when I'm out and about and I'm in the street and people say, "Yo, I love what you do. Don't stop." You know what I'm saying? I saw this. Thanks for doing this. Thanks for covering that. It keeps me going. But we all have days where we just say, "Yo, you know what? Maybe I should just walk away and pursue something else," because it's tough. So I don't want anybody to think that I got some type of cakewalk or I'm in this like elite club. No, I'm still fighting for my just due too. Even after all I've done, I'm still fighting to break down certain barriers and doors. But the funny thing is that as I break down the barriers and break down certain doors, many other people benefit from it. And then they don't say, thank you for fighting for that. Because, like I said, when I was doing interviews, that was considered to be like some like interviews. Like, who you think you are? You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you interviewing people? Like, because when you had like different brands of DVDs that was out in the street, they would just put the camera in the person's face and let the person just rant, or just talk smack for a little while. I was like, when I came to the come up DVD, I was like, no, I'm gonna ask some questions. I'm gonna create certain narratives, break new stories on the DVD. So that was my style. Now you see everybody doing like these in-depth interviews. Listen, when I started doing interviews, there was no Breakfast Club.
Wow.
There was no Ebro in the morning. There was no Vlad TV. There was no World Star. There was none of these podcast dudes. There was nothing.
Thank you.
It was me doing it. And like I said, it was other publications, but they were mainly print, like the Source. There was no SourceMagazine.com. There was no XXL.com. None of these. It was just the blogs. There was no This Is 50. There was none of that stuff.
Right.
So now you see everybody benefiting and living off of this style of interview that I basically created, which came from watching, Rap City and watching You on TV Rap.
Thank you.
And watching, Video Music Box.
Video Music Box. Oh my God. Exactly.
And watching stuff like that. But there was nobody doing it on the internet. I was like the first person doing it. So anybody out there that's trying to get in this, nobody's gonna open that door. They're gonna keep clogging the lane. So if you can't go through them, you gotta go around them or knock their ass over. That's how I look at it.
You're right. And ain't nothing wrong about anything that you saying with the breakdown, bro. And on previous show, I had Mrek on here a couple of shows ago, and we were talking about that. And I expressed to him, I know like the brother didn't really feel comfortable because at the end of the day, y'all trying to get yourselves in a good space where you're financially stable within the industry you're trying to be in, the entertainment industry. So you don't like to ruffle a lot of feathers, and that's understandable. But I'm a dude on the outside looking in. So as a dude on the outside looking in, on the love that I got from my brothers, I express that Vlad is giving dirty water to the people. Because I gave the analogy of Elijah Muhammad with Malcolm X. When Elijah Muhammad had the 2 glasses of water. And he said, you can give the people the clean water, Malcolm, or you can give the people the dirty water. They love you enough that they'll accept both. What would you rather give them? And Malcolm chose the clean water. At the end of the day, Vlad has an opportunity to do so much more than what the brother's doing, and he putting more salt in the wound than benefiting anything. But then hiding behind a judicial system when the same nonsense that you're putting out there comes on your doorstep, brother. If I'm doing dirt outside and I'm shooting and I'm harming people, I'm not gonna be mad when they try to take my head off, doggy. I'm not gonna be mad when I'm on a bodega and the dude trying to get at me. I'm doing dirt. Go ahead, brother.
Nothing that you're saying is incorrect. I will just say this. A lot of people express those same sentiments that you express. So I've heard it before. I've seen it in my face when people express it, and I see it online. The only difference that I ask to people is that if Timon is carried with so many people, why does he have over 1 million subscribers? Who are these people? So sometimes I think that people dislike something, not saying you, but I see people disliking something so much that you almost kind of like it.
Thank you.
Like me, certain things that I don't deal with it, I don't deal with it. Like I'm not going to go on McDonald's every day to say I hate the food. I'm just not going to go in.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? So if there's other people in this game that do interviews and I think their interviews suck, I think they have a big platform because of various other reasons or whatever the case may be. I'm not going to listen to it to criticize it. I'm just not going to do it.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? So if there's people that feel that way, not saying you, but it's like I said, it's been expressed to me plenty of times about people feeling that way about Vlad. All you got to do is hit that unsubscribe button. What I want people to know is that numbers are everything. You are a part of controlling of the numbers. You are a part of that. Your numbers are very important. Just like you, I've never met a person that didn't say they hated. So So obviously somebody likes it. The
Mm-hmm.
same analogy that I just used recently with Donald Trump. I've never seen one person on the internet or even in my face say they love that they like Donald Trump and they support Donald Trump. The only issue is he got elected president. So
Mm-hmm.
who is the people that love Donald Trump? Because obviously somebody loves him because he got selected. And it's the same way with Vlad, same way with World Star and all these other publications that people express their displeasure with. And all I say to
Absolutely.
them is that you have a healthy alternative. You have Forbes DVD. You got Doggie Diamonds TV. You have other alternatives to that. So why do I not have 1 million subscribers if what I'm doing is more to your liking? So I blame the people, honestly, because he's going to do what he's supposed to do to get his numbers.
Wow.
If his numbers is coming and he's surviving and eating off of it, you know, I can't really knock him for that. Would I do that? Would I go the route that he goes?
Absolutely.
No, but that's why he is who he is, and that's why I am who I am.
Thank you.
But at the same time, giving people the clean glass of water shouldn't mean that you're going to take a subscription to poverty. Trying to pay people who's going to go on the comments and call you a scumbag and tell you how much they hate you and how much Vlad is better than you anyway.
Absolutely.
See, that's the sad part about our people, black people. We try to give them healthy alternatives to stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then when trying to give them a healthy alternative, they take the so-called poor alternative and tell us how that poor alternative is better than us. And I'm here trying to save you.
Damn.
So it's sad. Like the shit I go through sometimes I be like, yo, you know what? I should just become a rebel and just turn into Darth Vader, because that was the thing with Anakin. You know about
exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
It was the same thing with Anakin. He was a good guy. He was a Jedi, but he just got sick and tired of being sick and tired. He became Darth Vader, and everybody hated him. But he tried to be with the Force. He tried to be a Jedi.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna sit here and watch people, you know, get all of this money, reciprocity for their work, while I'm struggling to help people who's going to tell me you suck anyway, and Vlad is better than you, and you're not this person, and you're not this person. And I'm like, I don't strive to be like them, but look at what I'm doing. Look at what I'm trying to give you. And it's like, even when the people do say stuff, because you do have people who are trolls. I don't care about trolls. But where are the people that should be correcting the trolls, and where are the people that should be more supportive? I don't see that a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I'll be like, damn, this was a great interview. Not because I did it, because if you are so-called a fan of hip-hop, well, this gave you everything that you would need and want as a fan of it. So why does Lil Yachty saying Biggie's overrated have 400,000 views, but this interview has 4,000, but you love hip-hop? I'm confused. So do you love hip-hop, or do you love the dirty water?
Thank you.
Do you love the clean water, or do you love the dirty water? Me personally, I think people love the dirty water now.
You're right.
Because a lot of our people like to play the role of the victim.
Thank you.
And we want something to complain about. It is clean water. There's clean water out here.
You're right.
How many people's gonna drink? How many people's gonna gravitate towards the clean water? No, they want the dirty water.
Because it's right there.
Because it's right there.
It's easy.
And look, even if you go in McDonald's, you know the burger is cheaper than McDonald's.
Thank you. Because it's right there. I ain't gotta cook that. I ain't gotta steam no vegetables. That food is made, and that burger, no matter how much it just never burns, or you see these videos, Doggie, and everything. You see the Big Mac, it's not moving. And it's like people still like, I don't give a fuck, Pre. That shit is fast and quick, and it tastes good. You're like, all right, bro, but it's hurting you.
That's why I don't blame Vlad. Because if the numbers reflected in a negative way, he might change his platform. He might change the narratives that he puts.
Thank you.
But if it's getting numbers, why stop? For example, I did an interview with a female artist by the name of Mulan Miller, who's, she's obviously visibly gay. She talked about her situation with Young M.A. Everybody and their mother know I don't support homosexuality, but it was just an interview talking about music. It wasn't talking about
homosexuality.
When did she become gay? It wasn't talking about that. But people people trying to tar and feather me for even
Wow.
having a gay woman on my platform.
Damn.
But that interview did 76,000 views,
Thank you.
right? In counting in one day. But I'll have Glass, I have Illa G, I have artists that so-called get so much love, and that interview might have 5,000 views. So I'm like, okay, do I keep trying to keep it hippity hip hop for y'all, or do I go out there and push the barometers and walk these fine lines? Because at the end of the day, I do have to survive. Like I said, I'm independent. I'm not corporate sponsored.
Thank you.
I'm independent. So how am I? I'm paying for everything myself. I have an office downtown Brooklyn, in one of the good parts of, Brooklyn is expensive, period, but I'm in a good part of Brooklyn.
Yeah.
I have my own office. I have my own camera crew. I'm paying for everything myself. I gotta get on the train, I gotta pay for it. If I need a new video card, I gotta pay for it.
Exactly.
If I want a glass of water, I have to pay for it myself. So this is what I'm saying. Am I supposed to be held to some type of standard and be poor doing that? And watch this dude get 1 million views off of Orlando Anderson talking about, he stuck Raven Simone's titties. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
What am I supposed to do?
Exactly.
Because when the numbers come back, it looks like I'm being crushed. Even though I'm pushing for what everybody so-called wants. But if you want it, where's the views to reflect what you so-called want? And I use Illa G and Grass as examples. But also, say it's not Illa G and Grass. If the narrative is not negative, if it's not about them going in on somebody or dissing somebody, nobody wants it.
Thank you. They don't want it.
It could be an interview. It could be an interview talking about how a person got on in the game. It's just good information. Nobody cares about that. They just want the smart.
Right.
So I don't blame Media Takeout. I don't blame World Star. I don't blame Brand. They're going to give you that so-called dirty water because that's what people want.
Thank you.
I just believe in myself. I can't put certain things on my people because it wouldn't feel right within myself, but I look at black people as my people.
You're right.
I don't got to look at black people as the people.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And then when it comes to material things and riches, even a person who owns World Star, obviously he succumbs to materialism and riches. So why would he come off of his cloud of materialism to do stuff for people who obviously don't care? Because his site is already number one. Like I said, the way in every company, every business, anything starts off with great numbers.
You're right.
Then when people get tired of what's going on, the numbers start reflecting that people are not with this shit anymore.
You're right.
The fact that the numbers are still up, it goes to show that people still want dirty water. Why change? So if you want change, the power is in the people. Stop watching the shit. Stop sharing it on Facebook. Stop sharing it on Twitter. Stop laughing at it. Stop using it as a tool for gossip. You know what I'm saying? And that's why the numbers are where they at. And they're gonna keep giving you dirty water. Matter of fact, there's gonna be Flint, Michigan water soon. Unfortunately, it's gonna get worse and worse. The water's gonna get worse. So it's really on the people.
You're right. You're right. And that's what's the hardest part of most of them. And I always say that, and it really harms me when I really think about it mentally, but it's the truth. The individuals where's the power at. The people do not have the power because they're not really collectively knowing how strong they can be together. As simple as this conversation that we're having right now can bring so many people together in so many ways. But brothers aren't willing to sit down and eliminate those nonsensical barriers that they have. As far as this brother's from here, I can't say none of that brother. He from that hood, I can't say none of that brother. Or just the look on another brother's face. Yeah, to have something. Yeah, his car, or his girl, yeah, something. His jewelry, or where he exercises, or he don't eat meat. And it's like we just put so many nonsense. Thank you. Thank you.
You know what's funny? Exactly. Because a lot of people dislike me because I'm outspoken. Not because I even do anything.
Thank you.
Because I'm outspoken. But I try to tell them when you're a free black man, you're not under corporate rule, or you don't have a boss per se that putting barriers on you. You're gonna speak your mind because that's part of being independent. That's the beauty of independence.
Absolutely.
The fact that you can speak your mind and say what you mean and mean what you say.
You're right.
You know, some of the things that I say and do, you know, I don't get too crazy, but I tell it like it is.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? I tell it like it is from my perspective. But I think these conversations have been had. I'm honestly blue in the face with them, you know, because I've been pushing this. People don't even know about my World Star Wars and my Vlad TV wars, you know, that took place over the years. I just got tired of fighting because at the end of the day, I'm fighting something that already won in my eyes. I look like a bitter person who's mad. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, that's what people tend to say. You're just hating. You're just mad. And I'm saying, nah. Look what they doing to us. Look what they doing to you.
Right.
You know, so I'm not fighting that no more. That's not my fight. That's other people's fight now. That's the people, like I keep telling people. It's like people complaining about what's on the radio. You know when you hurt the radio? When you don't listen. Them numbers, when they get them numbers back, and they say, damn, nobody's listening to this anymore, they'll change what they're playing.
You're right.
But if you listen to it to complain, you're still getting the numbers.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? You're still going to get the numbers. And everything is mathematics and science. And people keep forgetting that you live in a world right now that any song that you want to hear right now, you can hear right now at this point. You don't have to wait for the radio to play what you want to hear. Make your own playlist on these little these streaming programs and to hell with the radio. But no, people want to complain about stuff that they can't control and can't change. No, you got the power to do so many different things. Just deal with what you can, with the matter at hand, what's in front of you. I don't listen to the radio. I don't care about what's in the radio.
Exactly.
I don't care about who people in it because I'm not gonna watch it anyway. I don't care.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying?
You're right. And it doesn't benefit your frequency. You're so right, brother. He's like,
why would I come off my cloud?
Thank you.
To go down and say, well, why are you doing this and why are you doing that? Because the person could say, well, because I got fucking 3 million views off it.
Thank you.
What am I supposed to say? Nothing. Don't get no views. Yep. Don't feed your family.
Yep.
You're exploiting hip hop. Why are you not going to exploit something that people are letting you exploit?
You're right. You're so right.
It's the people. It's the people. You know, I blame the people all the time, but then when you blame the people again, they call me.
They turn against you. Exactly.
You're just mad.
Yep.
You're mad. I'm like, what the hell am I mad at? I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. I never complained about that I was broke or destitute or unhappy in life or anything like that. I'm just saying that there's certain things that people are pushing that fits an agenda overall that's harming us and that's detrimental to us as a people. But then you have some people who look at Vlad like he's more of a black man than me.
Wow. You're right.
You understand what I'm saying?
You're right.
That's our people for us. You know what I'm saying? So I don't, you know, they say ignorance is bliss.
You're right.
You know, but look how many people that are ignorant. And one thing about our people is that they think they know every fucking thing based off of nothing. Never experienced nothing. Don't know anything about the internet business. Don't even know nothing about the music business. But everything is based off of feelings and emotion and what they think, opposed to what they know. You know what I'm saying? So, like, what am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to just sit here and keep telling you the water is dirty. Exactly. No, let you drink the water and keep getting sick. And when I guess when you tired of getting sick from drinking the water, you'll find a healthy alternative. You'll start drinking that clean water. Because all I tell people, the clean water is here for you. When you get tired of drinking that dirty water, maybe you'll drink the clean water. But now this is what happens. You provide the clean water, they get tired of drinking the dirty water. And then if they're mad that you're exposed to dirty water, so they don't want to do nothing from you. Now you're to blame for everything. You're right. You know what I'm saying? Hence why these other podcasters and these other dudes come into play, and then people telling people who just started in the game how they're better than me and all that. And I'm like, how could they be better than me? Like, it ain't about who's better than me. I do my thing. They do their thing.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn. And that's the whole problem that we have just as a society in general. We just look at it on them factors. We don't look at it in no kind of unification kind of way. And I had a discussion with my wife a couple of days ago about that, and I was explaining to her how I met different cultures. In the Jewish culture in Israel, it's called a kibbutz, where basically these people lived in this village, and no matter the status of what your title was, you could have been a doctor or a maintenance man or a taxi driver. Everybody made the same income, and everybody put their money in to start this one business. And what this business was used to make arms for the military for the United States as well as for Israel. So basically, this company started off of a group of people in a village putting their finances together to then move forward. And I can't even get 100 people to put $1,000 so we could buy this building. That's what hurts. And that's what's sad at the end of the day. But I don't know if we can ever get to that level. But at the end of the day, we got to look at history and look at Tulsa, Oklahoma, and different situations like that, my brother.
No, you right. See, those are good um, points of reference. But then we also have to understand the system of white supremacy, how the system of white supremacy still exists, how it conditioned us for so long to be a certain way. For example, you can take a dog and tie her to a chair for 10 years. Then you can move, you can take the leash off, and the dog won't even move from the chair, still think they're tied to the chair. That's the thing with us. They did so much for us for so long that we don't even know that we got healthy alternatives to certain things, that what we can do, the powers and the people. We don't even know that because it's conditioned to be a certain way.
You're right.
You know, and that's the problem. People are stuck in conditions that they don't have to be in, but that's all they know. You know, the average dude right now at this present moment is worrying about where you gonna get some weed from, unfortunately.
You're right. Or get some pussy
What
from.
I'm gonna smoke.
Yep.
You know, some pussy, you know what I'm
You're
saying?
right. You're
Or
right.
the new Jordans came out.
You're right.
You know, and that's not, I don't want, like I said, I don't want to really knock anybody,
Thank you, because we
but
lived that. Yeah.
it comes from the conditioning of I'm going to show that I'm not impoverished by the material things that I can get. Materialism proves that I'm not impoverished because look what I got. If I was broke, I wouldn't have it.
You're right.
So it becomes a point of everybody trying to prove they're not broke.
Thank you. That I have something.
That I have something, even if it's worth absolutely nothing.
Damn.
Because in the end, it's worth absolutely nothing.
Damn.
But people are trying to prove how broke they're not based off of materialism.
You're right. And I'm throwing this out there, not even to cut you off, Doggie. I just want to throw this out there for the young listeners to really get the grasp of what Doggie is saying. Listen to the quote of what the brother Vin Raines says in the movie Baby Boy. There's guns and butter. And that's what this brother is saying. There's guns and butter in society. The guns or the paintings, the things that's going to bring you more wealth, the socks and things of that nature. But as far as the butter, is the cars, the clothes, and everything else. But not to cut my brother off, but go ahead, Doggie.
Yeah, and you know, like I said, one thing about us is that we have elders who've been trying to tell us certain things. The blueprint, the manuscript is already laid out for us by them, and we have the blueprint. All we have to do is execute what they couldn't due to old age, lack of opportunities, and lack of knowledge in certain situations because we're all walking around right now with a damn computer in our hand called a cell phone, called a smartphone.
Absolutely.
How do you have a smartphone and you're stupid as hell?
I know.
You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be nothing that you don't know based
you.
off the device you have in your hand. And not only that, you're paying a lot of money for something that you can't even eat.
Thank you.
You can't even use to sleep in it. You can't even, you know, there's no shelter in it.
You're right.
And you're paying all this money for a device, but again, that proves that materialism of something that I have, trying to prove something to people who don't even care anyway. So you got to think, no matter what you do, somebody's going to find a reason to dislike you anyway.
Thank you. To hate it.
So why you keep trying to prove stuff to people who don't matter?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You know, So, you know, like I said, you got healthy alternatives. You have your show, you have my show, you have different shows. So even if, you know, you don't like what I'm saying and what I'm doing, I don't, it ain't, you know, like I said, I'm not in this for no popularity. Truthfully. I'm not here trying to win anybody over or reinvent the wheel or anything like that. All I'm saying to everybody is that don't complain about something that you can do something about. You know, and a lot of people like complaining about things that you have under control. The control is in your hands. Anything you want or don't want, you can control. Anything you can't do, sometimes is fly. You know, if you need to make more money, you take a second job. You know, if you're in a failed relationship, you can get out of it.
You're right.
But people like the problem more than they like the solution.
Damn.
When is people going to start dealing with the solution to the problem? Because we know the problem with a lot of stuff. Okay, we know this now. This is what's plaguing us. This is what's bothering us. Now, what do we do?
You're right. You're so
We
right.
always want to boycott something and trying to shut something down. Listen,
What you gonna do from there? Thank you.
what the Harriet Tubman say? He said, "I would have freed 1,000 more slaves if they knew they were slaves."
Damn.
So we have people who don't even see nothing wrong with what's going on.
You're right. Like you
You keep
supposed to.
trying to convince
Yeah.
them. Yo, you don't see what's going on? No, let them learn, solve it. Let them learn on their own.
You're right.
You know, let's deal with the people who deal with us. So for example, yeah, I might put out certain videos, and they might not have a million views, like you know, the people try to brag about. I got these numbers, I got this number, but I do know that I got a core following that's gonna watch everything I do, opposed to just watching one thing and then want to discard me. No, I got people who support everything I do, and I'd rather have a core than to have like these fair weather supporters who's here today and then not here tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather be like that anyway. So
You're right.
it's whatever.
But damn, man, Doggy, this has been an amazing, amazing interview, brother. And I truly needed this just to give me the energy to move forward in different aspects of life that I'm going through. But I just told you, like I said off of the air, my brother, you're no more than what an inspiration. And you're so much more to me than what you think you are. Because at the end of the day, I'm moving off of the energy and the frequency that you putting out there and the work that you putting out there and how many platforms I see you created and the relationships I've seen you build and just you getting yourself back together in health and just in mental stability is an inspiration, brother, and it gets me to move forward. But at the end of the day, in any closing, can you just tell us about anything you have in the future, anything that you have in the present? This is your platform, brother.
Doggie Diamonds, No Filter Podcast. That's on SoundCloud, also iTunes. Doggie Diamonds, No Filter. You could look that up. That's on all the I was gonna say all the podcast networks, but it's just on iTunes and it's on SoundCloud. And you can look those up. I got maybe 18 episodes. I got a lot more coming out as far as the podcast, but I try to put them out at times that I think not really too much going on. Sometimes it's a lot of distractions on the internet, so I'm not here to do stuff that's towards the flow on deaf ears. But I got some dope stuff coming up. Also, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Everything is at Doggie Diamonds with no Y and the S at Diamonds. So that would be DOGGIE Hold up, DIAMONDS. I can't even spell my own damn name, so I keep like everything twisted. Also, ForbesDVD.com is another website. On Forbes DVD on YouTube, I got a show that I'm doing with Red called Hip Hop Blasphemy, where we discuss many of the arguments that's been going on in hip hop since its inception, and we debate them. You know, like on some Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith thing, but none of us is cool, and none of us is white. Not only that, I have Doggie Diamonds TV YouTube also. So just look me up, Doggie Diamonds, DOGGIEDIAMONDS, and everything that I do will come out. I know a lot of people say Google me, and it sounds crazy, but no, if you really Google me, you'll see a lot of stuff. And that's what it is. And I just want to thank y'all for having me. And, anything that I say and do that could touch or inspire people and help them be their best, I'm okay with that.
Thank you so much, my brother. You enjoy your night.
All right, thank you, Pete.